Hello, this is BVI Channel 1 News Flash. I am Asuzu Chinedu Peters. On 22nd of September 2016, Indigenous people of Biafra gathered in court to hear and witness the case between Biafra versus Federal Government of Nigeria. This case was slated to be heard as part of Biafran people's agitation for self-determination. Some principal officers of Indigenous people of Biafra expressed their dissatisfaction on the postponement or adjournment of this suit. BVI Channel 1 was on ground to cover the entire story. This is the voice of Biafra BVI Channel 1, and we are right here again at Federal High Court, Owerri, to witness the suit between Indigenous people of Biafra and the Federal Government of Nigeria. Today being the 22nd of September, Biafran people have gathered in mass to witness this all-historic suit that is slated to be heard today on these very premises. But disappointed, the Biafran people that came around all the way from various places, from all nooks and crannies of this country, found out that the court didn't sit. It's just because of some flimsy reasons, one or two of them that was given to the Biafran people, and they felt so disappointed with these issues. Now we are going to go to some of the people who are gathered here to get their own reactions for today's event.
It's really very unfortunate in that each time this matter comes up, the court will adjourn and they fix their conference that particular day. It has happened for almost 2-3 years now.
So you think it is a foul play or a deliberate act, or is it a coincidence?
I feel it's a deliberate act, that the government don't want to hear our case. The defendants are influencing the court.
The people you are representing, the Indigenous people of Biafra, they are losing patience, and many of them, I've heard many of them say, how long will this case? Are we going to continue sitting and continuous adjournment? Do you have any plan B of taking this case outside this country?
Yes, that's what we call the principles of res judicata. You understand? It can apply in a case of this nature, because there should always be an end to litigation. You know, see, unnecessary long adjournment is enough for the matter to go to upstairs, and the matter of this nature is very sensitive, you know, and maybe that is why the defendants don't want the matter to go on. Think that they are the federal government, and they call the shot, and the judge is on their payroll. You understand? So it's somehow they are influencing the court. So I think at this juncture we can go to world court.
Okay. Thank you very much. I can sense.
I'm not happy that the court didn't sit today.
I can sense
you can see me boiling because I've read all through the night, prepared everything, and the court didn't sit. I'm not happy. You understand? And meanwhile, the federal government of Nigeria is busy killing our people on daily basis. I'm not happy. I'm not happy. There is time for us to go to world court.
We are here all the way from all the states in Biafra to witness the court proceeding, the case between Indigenous people of Biafra and the government of the Federation of Nigeria.
We've witnessed series of adjournment. What's your take on that?
It is a show. It is an indication of the failed state called Nigeria. One is that, like you rightly said, since 2012 when this case was started, this case has suffered so many adjournments. And in all these adjournments, it is not the fault of Biafran people. Rather, it is the fault of Nigeria and their government. Every time we are here, you see a series of adjournments, whether the judges are in a conference or whether there is a change of judge or there is not. It is very unfortunate in one way. It is also very fortunate in another way. Because let me tell you, I still believe that what is holding Biafrans in Nigeria is Biafrans. Totally to me.
So you mean that it is the Biafran people holding themselves?
It is Biafran people holding themselves.
So what's your reason about that?
If within this period that federal government is chickening away from confronting Biafran people in the court, in their own court, that Biafrans are able to gather themselves together, form one good government, one central government for themselves, transfer their allegiance from Nigerian government to their government, to Biafran government, and start taking orders and instructions from their government, Nigeria will collapse. Nigerian authority will collapse in Biafra land.
Having said that, are you trying to take a leeway, or you're trying to copy what happened in the north by them establishing a de facto government called the Sharia government? Is that what you are trying to?
Certainly. What we need is to have a government, call it de facto, call it representative government, call it whatever name you want to call it, but let it be that Biafrans have transferred their allegiance from Nigerian authority to Biafran authority, and start listening to what their government is saying. Immediately you transfer. What is government in actual sense? You cannot drag people around like goats. It is when somebody accepts your governance, your authority over him, that you become a government over him. So if Biafrans take this period that Nigeria is running away and establish our government and transfer our allegiance to that Biafran government, like the Sharia people are doing. Right now the Sharia government is administering the north side by side with Nigerian government. They give instruction and their people follow. They even arrest people and try them. You get the point? So what we need in Biafra is to set up our own government. We have already set up the government. It's for the Biafrans to recognize that government and pay allegiance to that government. So that when that government talks, like today, as we are in court today, the government can make a proclamation, okay, every Biafran come here today. And the whole of Owerri will not accommodate us. When we see people like that, Nigerian government will know that people have abandoned them.
So they will never play down on this suit.
They will play with our case.
Because the suit seems like it's being played down.
They are hiding it because our case has a very powerful force. The force behind this case is too much for Nigeria. That's why they are covering it up with trash. They would rather like to showcase those people that are making noise on the streets, that are protesting. They would rather like to show us where they are killing Biafra, so that more people will be afraid to mention Biafra. They want to showcase the violence that they are orchestrating to instill fear on people. If this case court has been taken up, this case in the court has been taken up by even Nigeria, let the world know that Biafra is in court with them. Biafra would have gotten the respect and recognition that we need to have our freedom.
We want to, actualize Biafra in a peaceful atmosphere. We are not fighting. We are not in a war with anybody or with any country. But our take is that we are pursuing the Biafran struggle, and that is what we are.
You are pursuing it through the legal process.
Through the legal process.
Okay.
And we believe that when two animals are fighting, then there will be the one that will separate. And Biafra and Nigeria is like fighting. So the court will give us the judgment.
And one final thing, which is very important though, very sensitive, because the public are out there, they would like to understand, because there is no clarity between Biafra Human Rights Initiative and the people, the indigenous people of Biafra. Especially, some have the notion that Biafra Human Rights Initiative is the Biafran government itself. What's your take on that? Is that true, or do you have a separate body the customary government was here about?
Yes, we have to clarify these issues. The thing is, the indigenous people of Biafra is a name that the people of Biafra is hearing. And Biafra Human Rights is a kind of will that is piloting this struggle through the legal arm. The Biafra Human Rights is a legal arm of indigenous people of Biafra. We have the customary government, we have the media, we have others. So Biafra Human Rights is not indigenous people of Biafra, but piloting the affairs of the indigenous people of Biafra through the legal process.
Okay, you're trying to tell the public that Biafra Human Rights Initiative is not actually the government of Biafra.
It's not actually the government.
All right, thank you so much for your time. I will hope to meet you sometime again.
Thank you.
The Deputy Chairman of the Supreme Council of Elders of Indigenous People of Biafra, Dr. Dozie Ikedife, who was also present in court, expressed his opinion with respect to the postponement of the court sitting, and also advised all Biafrans to be law-abiding wherever they found themselves.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
It's a pleasure to see you, sir. What brought you to Federal High Court to Owerri, sir?
Well, you know that today, 22nd of September 2016, that we have a case scheduled, case between the Supreme Council of Indigenous People of Biafra, using the Human Rights Initiative as with authority to take Biafran case to the Nigerian court to determine whether we have the right for self-determination or not. It's really a declaratory statement. It's a declaratory case. If so, then what will follow will be after that.
Okay, sir. What was your expectation or what was your reaction to the adjournment of today?
Well, the adjournment is understandable. The Supreme Court, the President of the Supreme Court of Nigeria has invited all the judges in the whole Federation, and the Federal High Court and Court of Appeal, I think, and they're holding a conference in Abuja. Anybody who watches television would have seen it last night, that they're holding a conference, was addressing them, because they want them to all be playing and looking at the issues from one common angle. And it's understandable. We'll be given a new date when we'll come back, 20th of October, which is about a month from now. And then we hope that we'll make some progress in the matter.
So finally, sir, what's your advice to the rest of the indigenous people of Biafra who gathered here in court today?
Well, to go home peacefully, be patient, maintain quorum, maintain the status quo, maintain the position we are holding, that is demanding equity, fairness, justice, and in obedience to all the laws of the land, wherever you are. That has been our position. That is still our position. That will continue to be our position until further notice.
Thank you so much for your time. All right, sir.
Thank you for watching. This is still the voice of Biafra BVI Channel 1. We admonish you to follow us on all our social media platforms. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Join us on Facebook at Biafra Voice International BVI Channel 1. Till I come your way next time, I still remain Asuzu Chinedu Peters.
Ndị Igbo kwenu 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 anyị ga-adị